he strikes the strings. Like a hawk with wings, he flips and swings. Through the screen his passion flows. Every chord he plays, the magic grows. Feel the rhythm as he strikes the strings. Like a hawk with wings, he flips and swings. Through the screen his passion flows. Every chord he plays, the magic grows. Strum the night away with Jon so free. Let the music sweep across the sea. Living loud like tick-tock stream. Living out a rock and roll dream. In the chat the fans they clap and cheer. His talent echoing far and near. Notes of wonder fill the space, bringing smiles to every face. With every melody he brings the light, turning darkness into bright. On the stage it screams, he stands tall. Jon the Wizard answers the call. Strum the night away with Jon so free. Let the music sweep across the sea. Living loud like tick-tock stream. Living out a rock and roll dream. Clap and cheer. His talent echoing far and near. Notes of wonder fill the space, bringing smiles to every face. With every melody he brings the light, turning darkness into bright. On the stage of screens he stands tall. Jon the Wizard answers the call. Strum the night away with Jon so free. Let the music sweep across the sea. Living loud on tick-tock stream. Living out a rock and roll dream. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Living out a rock and roll dream.
All right, we're here. We're live. We're doing it. Or at least that's what they tell me. So, lined up a little bit better on the cam there. There we go. So, hope everybody's doing well. Happy Monday. So we made it through the Yawn Fest of the Super Bowl. I actually did not watch. I got to see a little bit of the second half. I had band rehearsal because of all the weather that we've been having here in my neck of the woods. Delayed band rehearsal, and I have a show coming up in March, and this is a relatively new band, so we have kinks to work out. So that's what I was doing. So hope you all survived in your team, whoever you picked won. So hey Mike, how are you? I'm still recovering from that nagging cough, so if you hear me mute tonight, that's what it is. And yeah, so hope you guys had some fun parties to go to, Super Bowl parties. Like I said, I was working on music. We spent about 4 hours going over songs. So we're gonna play some music. We'll see how long we go tonight. If it's super slow, we may switch over and do game stream. Just depends. That sounds good. It's always weird when I come back to the studio after I put this thing back together, because I have to take so much of my gear to go to band rehearsal, and then it's always something different sounding when I come back. Even though it's the same gear, it plugs into the same. Matter of fact, the cables don't even go anywhere. I just unplug them and plug them back up. So it's a little weird. All right, so I'm going to jump in with some songs, and let's see what we can come up with here. How about... I haven't played this in a hot minute.
Crazy Train.
Oh, yeah. Well, now you know what it is. There we go. Since midlife and I haven't been able to connect up, so she's usually the person who requests this. So here we go. Hi, Jane. Good to see you. Thanks for the gifts. Hey, little Sean. have to let's see. Let's go to the comments right quick. Slipknot, don't have any Slipknot in my current list. But you never know with me. I start adding new songs, and then I'll join a new band, or I'll have to play something else, and then it always, I just never know what I'm going to end up with. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. I think I had to reset my chat, so let me do a quick test on it here. Because I wasn't... Metallica? I have some Metallica. Yes. Test. Bam. There we go. I see it now. I see the big red button chat. Yes, I'm in... well, I have an act called War Heroes, which is myself and a vocalist. And everything else is tracked, like drums and keys and stuff. And then I play with a band called Jagger Lane. It's up around the Knoxville, Tennessee area. That's the one that I'm currently with. It's a full band, and I just joined that band. So we'll see where that one goes. Victor says, "The Great Southern Treadkill Pantera." I sleep with that song. That's a legit song, but I don't have any Pantera. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the secondary follow. I appreciate that. So yeah. So it was like I start adding. I haven't added anything. Forgive me. I'm recovering from a really bad cold. Thanks for the sub. So anyway, I when I start adding stuff for me, I always have I end up getting hired by a band to go do a couple of one-offs, so I have to stop and learn their stuff. The last thing that I did that was an original that was called Blue Sky. That was the last thing I added. So let me tell you out there, if you're watching across the 9 rims that we're streaming on right now, here's how you can participate. Number 1, be a part of the chat. Number 2, thanks for the follow, is you can throw emojis up while I'm playing, and this is what that will look like. And they'll bounce around the screen. So I always think that looks cool. And the third way is you can go over to my streamer song list and pick songs. Now, there's about 160-ish songs in my list. That's fine. That's fine. I can see your chat. It's a unified chat there, so you're seeing people across 9 different platforms. Maybe it might only be 8 tonight, but it still works. If you use comment emojis like laughy faces and stuff, they'll bounce around the screen. So if you want to go and pick songs, it's real simple. So for those that are over on the TikTok, as I call it, just go to my profile, click the one link there, and it's like the second option, and that'll lead you over to the list. For everybody else, you can either look at the description of the live. The link is there. If you don't have access to it, you're like at home watching, there is a link for everybody else on the screen. You can go to that webpage and just scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a link to my streamer song list. So I'll give you an example of what that looks like. Let's say, let me pick a song here. And we'll pick, if I'm speaking strangely, I'm from Brazil. Oh, we have a lot of folks that watch from Brazil, from São Paulo. So thanks for being out there. I did have a crew. They called me, what was it they called me? They called me like White Wolf or something like that was the nickname they gave me. It was folks from Brazil. They were great. They were popping in all the time. They were watching from a pub or a bar. So I remember that. Okay, let me pick a song here. Let's go, and I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's see. I'm on 2 different formats on YouTube, so you may be seeing me in one format, but there's another channel with like you can see me in portrait or in landscape. So, but yeah, right now I'm showing nobody on YouTube, but my count is never accurate. Oh, okay. Did it alphabetize? It alphabetized. That's the reason why I can't find it. All right. All right, so let's say I'm going to play this song right here. Bam. So when a song gets requested, you'll see it appear above my head. And then what we do is we say, stop music. And then we play it. So I don't get tangled up. My cable gets tangled up. So, and if you don't want to pick music, that's fine. I'll just sit here and play songs. So, but anyway, here we go. Hi, Hobby Lobby. Sadie. Yeah, Jane, you haven't been in for a while, so yeah, there's a bunch of stuff up there. So I hope I remember how to play some of these. All right, let's see here. Where's that? There's that one. And I even made how this song come in for those who want to know. I went and auditioned for a band. And so it went really well. I enjoyed the audition. Enjoyed some of the songs I played with those guys and gals. The only problem was they were wanting somebody who was solely devoted to them, and working as this is my job. That's kind of hard to do. So, and I get it because they were like, well, we just don't want to have to go through this again. And I was like, you're in a band, you're always going to go through that. Yeah, let me pull my little cheat sheet up on this, so I don't get too bad. Paul, how are you now? I'm good. Thanks for popping in. Jane, Stacy, Sadie was in. Hugh Janice, Crawling in the Dark, Hoobastank. Wow, that's a band I completely forgotten about. I know you're probably thinking, how can you forget about Hoobastank? Yeah, but it happens. I heard something the other day, a song. I was like, man, I forgot how good that song was. What was it? Crap. I can't remember what it was now. Who's that? Girth Brooks. He's Garth's brother, Girth. I used to tell people I was Sting's younger brother, Stang. Sting and Stang. So, thanks. Yeah, this is a Steve Morse model. I have had this one since the year 2000. So I've been playing this thing for going on 26 years. Oh, look, the camera's moving. Woo. I'm just trying to kind of get more of the guitar neck in there. So I have it. It's in the list. Yeah. What was I going to do? Oh, I was looking for... see how easy I get distracted? Yeah, well, the story with me and this guitar was I met Steve Morse shortly after he got his prototype. And he actually sat down and showed me a technique on it, and for a half a second, I got to play a D chord on that guitar. And I just remember going, this is the easiest playing guitar I've ever played. And, I forgot how old I was, maybe 14 at the time. And I was like, I want one of these guitars. And I didn't get one until much later when I could afford it. And this guitar actually came from House of Guitars in New Jersey, the same place where Hendrix bought guitars. So it's a dual legend, so in my mind at least. All right. All right, let's see here. Oh, crap. Do I have my email on? I heard it. Yes, I do. Let's cut that thing off. No emails coming in through the live stream. All right, where did I do that song? Who did I do that song with? Because it's not in the list, or it's on that list, but that was not that one. So I got to find it here. Hang on a second. I have to find my track. While we're doing that, see, I don't see many music bands that are under the radar. So yeah, I have 2 Steve Morrises and an Axis and a John Petrucci that I play, and the blue Morris is number 1. I have a red Y2D Morris, that's number 2. My Axis is number 3, and the 7-string is the 7-string. I generally don't take more than 2 out if I have to go out and do any extensive time on the road. I'll take 1 and 2. All right. Let's see. You got seriously. Was it this one? There it is. I found it. All right. Promise I'll catch you next time. I have to go. XOXO. All right, Jane. Love you. Be careful. All right. And we're going to try to play this one. It was requested. All right. Here we go. Ha! Wrong one. That's not the track. That's the sheet music. Here we go. I didn't tune down.
And I'm alone. Skin, yeah, turn me to the bone.
That's been a hot minute. Woo. Well, I like this. I come up with this tone to try to for when I have to play like SRV stuff. Oh, I got to get a track for that song because I really like it. All right. Go back up here to, oh, wrong way. There we go. Back to my normal sounds. All right, so that clears that one. What else we got? And I think we lost Jane. She had to, so let me clear off some songs here. Boop. Bam. There we go. Bam. Ooh. Another fun song. We have to tune down to drop C. And let me find it. There it is. All right. Let's see what we can do with this one. 3, 4. Oh, that was a fun song. That's a fun one. Fun song, I tell you. 100%. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, here's another one. Somebody kept asking me for it, and then so I said, sure, and then played it a few times. It was like getting requested all the time, and then bam, and nobody ever requested it. So yeah, who knows? So it's an easy song, but I always have to. I can never remember it. So let me pull up the music. If I don't play them all the time, I will absolutely forget them. So if you haven't looked at my list in a long time, there's some ZZ Top in there now. There's some Beatles, Mr. Wilson, and what else we got in there? Some Stones is in there now. Okay, let's see. There it is. Same, probably. I don't remember it. Yeah, exactly. It's because I learn songs for bands, and whether I play with them or not, if I just go and do a one-off, I'll take some of their songs that, I had to learn, and I'll throw them into the mix here. Oh man, I don't remember this, but let's see. Let me quickly look at the. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. And then if I click it back over here, yeah, I think that's what I need. All right. Here we go. Boop, boop, boop. We'll see what happens. And this has been censored, by the way. I didn't need to get in trouble with the talk of tick, All right. There it was. Censor.
I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh, oh, special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
Woo! Thank you, Jane, for being our first picker of the night for songs. Thank you. I know she didn't get to hang for all of them, so so yay, Jane. All right, so let me look over here. What we got? And is this gonna pop up? There it is. Boink. There we go. That way we have some interaction over there. Let's see. What's something we haven't played? Let's play this one. We haven't played this one in a long time. Do. What song? Just tell me and I'll get it. What song was it, Paul? Don't have any. Nope, no Steely Dan. Not right now. Don't Close Your Eyes would be a good song. But I don't have any kicks, sorry. What was the song you wanted, Paul? I know Jane was able to. Don't have any Steppenwolf. She doesn't know how to go to the list, Paul. If you go to the link on my TikTok profile, it's like the second option. You click that link and go to the second option. It'll take you to the list. And you pick from there. Somebody asked for Dream On earlier. I'll play that.
Just moving on. You forget about me after I've been gone. And I take what I find. I don't want no more. It's just outside of your front
Here we go.
door. Yeah, yeah. It's been such a long time. It's been such a long
That's always a fun song. See, I said Dream On, and then I think let's try a ZZ Top after that. Is that the one that's like, no, that's Foxy Lady. I'm trying to remember. You know, I know of the song, but I don't think I know it. And I have no Hendrix tracks, which I need to rectify. It's just like somebody told me about, you know, it's like, you have no Clapton tracks. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't. So I put a Clapton track in. So I've got to get a Jimi Hendrix track. Although I was thinking about something like Fire. What's it that's like a... Something like... Yeah. So, my favorite, though, is Machine Gun. That's that whole Live at the Fillmore with the Band of Gypsies. It's one of those things where I wish that cat had lived, you know, longer, just to see as, you know, the instruments got better and the effects got better and the amps got better, what he would have been like, you know. Picture what Hendrix would have been like. Well, he was mellowing, but yet I'm sure though, I'd have loved to have seen him tear into like a rig, like the Brown Sound Eddie Van Halen rig. What Hendrix would have done with that. So, but Tom got him. So, Tom got him, and I'm one of those people that there's a great documentary on the Jimi Hendrix's last 24 hours. Makes you question a lot of things, but of course you got to be careful with documentaries. There's the one on the Beatles, about Paul, and after watching, Help and Meet the Beatles, or what was the first movie they did? After watching that, and then watching the Get Back documentary, that's Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney didn't die in '68, so sorry, just not buying it. Anyway. So we were going to do Dream On, and then I think I'm going to try to tackle that ZZ Top song. So let's see what we can do with this one first. Yes. Zach Kramer says, "Hey John, long time no see. I know I didn't do the request the right way, but can you play Dockin' quick? I could use In My Dreams. I don't have In My Dreams. Sorry. But you and a guy named Mike have Mike has really been after me. Human verification. To play that, and I'm going to track it. It's just I haven't had time to. Brad Arnold? When did that happen? I totally missed that. Was that recent? Holy crap. I did not know that. Well, I was under the weather, and then I was so focused on. No. I'm looking it up. Was completely. That one sidetracked me. I opened up like 8 windows. I shouldn't have looked it up on this one. Oh, you got to be joking. He wasn't that old, right? Yeah, there it is. Holy crap. He was 47. Oh, man. So when I went and got my red Steve Morris, I went to this guy. He owns a big. It's a kind of a boutique music store, but he also has a recording studio. And 3 doors down had went in there. No, take that back. It wasn't 3 doors down. It was Matchbox 20. So never mind. Skip that whole story. I don't have any 3 doors down tracks, but I'll put one together before my next music stream. That totally sucks. Two days ago. So that would have been Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I locked myself in here in the studio and was just working on music. You know, that's something about musicians. When you're working on stuff, you have to shut out everything. I remember this is going a while back, but I was so focused in a studio on some music, I didn't know that the Berlin Wall had fell down until a week after. You know, so I do have a Motley Crue. We can do that, but the Dream On, yeah, definitely for Brad Arnold, and then I'll see if I can get a track, one of their 3 doors down. Did I read this right? He was no longer the singer. Oh, I guess he kind of bowed out when he got sick. Okay. That's yeah, I'll get hung up on that. Sorry. He looks. I then closed off, but it was the Big C. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he was trying to preserve the band best he could. He did the kind of the. It was like Freddie Mercury. Show must go on, and those kind of songs telling the band you got to continue on without me. So yeah, that sucks. All right. So yeah, I do have a Motley Crue. Let me see if I can pull that up. And that really's bummed me out, man. That's just, especially somebody as young as him. Let's see. Where is that Motley Crue? Here, Motley Crue. You know what? Let's. I said Smoking in the Boys' Room, but I've got another one. I'd rather do it. We'll make that one for Mr. Brad too. There we go. So let me get over here to my list to do. Oh well, no. I mean, I'd have just went on with life, and I mean, I hate to turn on the TV. Really. Oh my gosh, yeah. There's another one, David Bowie. Did you hear that song that they released right after he died, where he was like, "I'm up here in heaven looking down," or something like that? There was a line in the lyric like that. So another one it knew it was coming. So, let's see. I gotta go over here to this list. Sorry, but that's the thing. I mean, I hate it. And somebody asked me the other day, he's like, "Well, when Ozzy died, did that affect you?" And I was like, "Well, I'm sad, and I mean, other than like family dying." I mean, you feel bad about it, and you're sad that they're gone. It's just like I remember Freddie Mercury announced to the world he had AIDS, and then he died the next day. And then I remember the Stevie Ray Vaughan crash, and so I remember when that happened. A buddy of mine tried to get me to go see the guitarist Sean Lane, who was a phenomenal guitar player, and he told me, he said, "Man, he don't look good. You need to come to the show." And I was like, he'll be fine. He's young. Yeah, nope, he died. So I missed the chance on that. A buddy of mine went and seen B.B. King. He's like, "Hey, you need to come to this, man, with me." And I was like, "Yeah, And I didn't, and that was B.B. King's last year. It's just like, and he even got on the bus and got to meet B.B. King that night. So I'm just like, so I don't know. I mean, Eddie Van Halen, it's like, how did that make you feel? I was like, it's sad, but it doesn't define my life. I mean, if it was like family when my parents died, that's how it affects your life. I mean, when a celebrity dies, it bums you out, but you can't let it, wreck your life. I mean, I know somebody who got sideways over a celebrity death, and I was just like, man, that's unhealthy, And of course, these people would have said, hey, there's a time for tears, but then there's a time you got to move on, So, I mean, I've experienced tragedy. I was real close with, I had this cousin of mine when I was, oh gosh, I was probably 11, 12, and he was like, my cousin was the guy, he taught me how to climb trees. We fished together. We played ball to get baseball, and we were, boys and doing boys and riding dirt bikes around and just that kind of thing. And then he just drowned, and then it was like he was gone, and that was one of those things. That was a tough pill to swallow. Especially when you're 12, and he was like 2 or 3 years older than me, and he was just like he was always learning the cool stuff, and then he'd come show me, and just, tragedy happens. And so, but yeah, man, cancer just totally sucks. I've seen it waste away some really good folks in my life. So prayers out to his family. Let's see here. Oh yeah, sorry. I got on a tangent. And here we go. I had to remember what I was going to play. So, let me get it queued up here. All right. So this is from Mr. Brad Arnold. I hated to hear about it.
So I would come home low just when things went right.
Oh, man, thanks for the galaxy. I see that there. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Paul. All right. Thanks, Zach. Thanks for hanging out. Woo. All right. Wow. Yeah, that's something. So, all right, that was for Mr. Brad Arnold from Three Doors Down. Did not know he had passed, so thanks for letting me know. Why, hello there, Jake. Jake Lane. I play in a band called Jagger Lane. So, what's up? Let's see. So I'm going to go about another 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm going to wind her down. I've got an early morning tomorrow. And tomorrow night we'll be back doing the Wizard playing Borderlands. We're doing the Game of the Year edition. So I'm soloing it, having fun playing that. But let's see. What do we... Oh, I said I was going to try to tackle that that ZZ Top song. Let me see if I can find my my little track of it. Oh, that wasn't the right one. GG's. Okay, I didn't put it here. I think, therefore I am. Nope, cancel that. Oh, I didn't mean to. I'll eventually get it. I know it's up here. All right. There it is. I had the... Okay. And of course, I didn't put it in the... Come on. I know I have that song. All right. I know where I've got it. We'll do it this way. Play some Rush. Yeah, we do that here. I got to add another Rush song. Let me go back to this list. Close that. I don't need it. Close this one. Don't need it. All right. Rush it is, and then I'll find that ZZ Top song.
A modern day warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
Oh, it's Jamie that said that, Galaxy. I'm sorry if I got that wrong.
Though his mind is not for rent, don't put him down as arrogant. His reserve, quiet defense, writing out the day's events. And what you say about his company is what you say about society. Catch the myth, catch the myth, catch the mystery, catch the drift. The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as his eyes are wide. Today's Tom Sawyer, he gets high on you. When the spacey invades, he gets by on you.
I was going to attempt a ZZ Top song, and I cannot find my track on it. And I know I've practiced it. So let me look. Let me look right here. Found it. Let me throw that in this thing here. Boop. We'll put it at the end in case I may have to bump it. Excuse me. Oh. There. So we're going to try this. Oh, come on now. Why won't it take it? There we go. Took it a minute. Yeah, that's real low, so I'm going to have to bump this thing up. All right, we're going to see if we can play this ZZ Top song, close it out with this.
Got the hammer shot. That's what you gotta
That's some of the songs I'm having to play with the new band, so I've got to fix it. It's way too quiet, but yeah, I'm enjoying some of those new songs. Thank you, team, for the suggestion. That was awesome. Yeah, Rush was pretty cool. So how many we got watching? 2, 4, 6, 7. I can see. Sir, can you play a Beatles song for it? Yes, I have 2 Beatles songs. I have Taxman and I have Birthday. So which would you prefer? And I will eventually add more because I am on a Beatles kick right now. So I'll let you pick, Gwen. But I am going to get brave, and I'm going to tackle something like Sgt. Pepper. I want to do one of the just out there. I mean, it's not, you know what I mean. It's just like you don't see people play Sgt. Pepper. Although Hendrix did. He did it the weekend it come out. So, Gwen, which one would you like, Birthday or Taxman? As we're waiting. All right, I'm fixing to just play Taxman. Let's just play Taxman. All right. There we go. She picked it. Okay, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4.
Let me tell you how it will be. There's 1 for you, 19 for me. 'Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man.
I gotta turn the track down. It's drowning me out.
Should 5% appear too small? Be thankful I don't take it all. 'Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. If you drive a car, I'll tax the street. If you try to sit, I'll tax your seat. If you get too cold, I'll tax the heat. If you take a walk, I'll tax your feet. Tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. Don't ask me what I want it for. Mr. Wilson. If you don't want to pay some more. Mr. Heath. 'Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. Now my advice for those who die, declare the pennies on your eyes. 'Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. And you're working for no one but me.
That's a fun tune. It's just a fun tune. Oh, no, I love the floaters. The floaters are awesome. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's some of those songs that's gotten thrown in that people like, whoa, where did that come from? I've got way more. Here, since we're all friends here. so I've had to learn some Stones, and so everybody, if you ever get a chance, look at a picture of Keith Richards' hands. They're shot. His knuckle is like the size of my thumb on his playing hand, and so he has to tune to open G. But on this particular song, he only tunes one string, and so. Oh my God, sir! You like John Lennon and George? Yeah, I like the Beatles. Now I'm a late bloomer to the Beatles. So here's the story with me and the Beatles. Yeah, I got Maiden. We'll do Maiden after the this Stone song. So I'm more of a Zepp head than anything. I was all big into Zeppelin, and the Beatles for me come along. I wasn't into the love songs, the early stuff, until they started getting into, like Sgt. Pepper, White Album, the later albums. And then once I did that, I went back, and then I started appreciating what they did and stuff. And I think it's like one of music's big tragedies, because I don't buy into the whole thing like Yoko split them up. I think it was the death of their manager, and then they kind of started self-managing, and that was not a good move. So, plus the fact that they were doing like 2 albums a year. So, yeah, that was that's a lot of work. So, matter of fact, if you go back and listen to that Meet the Beatles album, you can hear toward the end of it how their voices are shot, because they spent 10 hours that day, and they recorded a whole album in 10 hours. And it was basically their live show. So, anyway, let me play this one, and then I was going to quit, but you guys talked me into staying. So, all right. Here's another one that I'm normally not known for playing. So, yeah, Beatles is interesting, because you can always guarantee there's like a weird chord in every song. So, they have that little, well, I'm in tuning now, but anyway. So, here, see if you recognize this one.
If
So, that's fun songs. All right, I had a request for Iron Maiden. And then I've got, how about some, talking about old bands. Who was it that requested Iron Maiden, by the way? Before I go digging that up. Jerry, are you still here? Because I have can I borrow your two hands? Sir. So I have another classic. I'm talking 70s classic song. All right. I'm going to throw one in front of the Iron Maiden because since we're on this classic rock, super classic rock click, Maiden's classic rock to me, but I'm going to throw one song in front of it. Who remembers the group Badfinger? Now, here's the story. If you're a Beatles fan, I just thought of this. So there's this band called Badfinger, and they had a song called No Matter What. And I did not know this, but I was sitting there talking to a guy, and I was like, man, those are some pretty smart lyrics. And they go, yeah, you know why? It's written by Paul McCartney. And I'm like, you're no. And he goes, oh, yeah, look it up. And I haven't, so I'm going to fact check him. Yeah, so it was the first band that the Apple label was, which is the Beatles label. It was the first band they signed. And their big hit was this song called No Matter What. So as soon as you hear it, I mean, because it sounds like something from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's in that kind of era. So, excuse me. Here we go. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Here we go. Yeah.
No matter what you are, I will always be with you. Doesn't matter what you do, girl. Ooh, girl, with you. No matter what you do,
Now, when you know that Paul McCartney wrote that, you hear it. Indonesia. Welcome in, Gwen. Okay, so I promised Jerry. So I said we'd do that Iron Maiden. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, I've got some really cool classic rock, 70s era classic rock songs. And then I've got 3 pages of more to add. So I was looking away. What was the other one that I thought? Oh man, people will dig that when I play it. Anyway. Oh, I've got to learn it. I've got to add. And I'm your fan. Well, I appreciate that. I've got to add this one into the mix. Another Beatles song. So we'll get that one tracked eventually. All right, so let's do the one Iron Maiden song I have, and it is oh God, I'm just drawing. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, I drew a blank on my own tracks. Here we go. All right, here we go. Little Wasted Years. Let's try that again. Sing it if you know it.
So understand the wasted time, always searching for those wasted years. Face it, make it stand, and realize you're living in the golden years. Too much time on my hands, I got you on my mind.
Lord, thank you. You know, just sitting here doing my stream. Oh, my voice is not recovered from being sick. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed. We went on a Beatles trip there, and let's see, Gwen says, I'm scared about the MC. Balls. Take care. Hope you're always healthy, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Are you going to be there? A concert here soon? Thank you for... I'll be back here. The next music stream I will be doing will be on Wednesday. And that is 9 p.m. Eastern U.S. So, where are you watching from, Jerry? Or Jerry? Is it Jerry Lynn or Jerry? I think it's Jerry Lynn. So tomorrow night I will be doing game stream, and I'm soloing Borderlands, the Game of the Year edition. So if you want to veg out and just watch me play video games, come on in. Corn Lord, how are you now? Minnesota. My wife almost took a job in Minnesota at, I want to say it was like St. Charles University. And she come to me one day, and she said, she goes, what do you think about Duluth? And I said, Duluth, Georgia? Oh, Duluth, Georgia's great. I know lots of people down in Duluth. And she goes, no, Minnesota. And I said, lake effect snow. No way. And, of course, you go look at that. I think that was the name of the university, but we went and looked at the website, and, of course, it was this pristine, nice, sunny day. And I was like, yeah, that's probably the one day out of the year when there's not 20 feet of snow. Oh, yeah, no problem. Am I going to the Iron Maiden concert? I'd love to. I've seen them before. They're awesome. Let's see. There was somebody else asked me a guitar question. What was that one before? Gwen asked what pedals I use. I use a Fractal Audio FM9, and inside I use a, no, it was Duluth, Minnesota. The first song I learned on guitar was I learned a bunch of chords. My mom showed me 3 chords when I was 6. So I knew how to play D and G, and I could kind of play C. And then they took the little electric guitar I had away from me and gave me a big acoustic guitar that I didn't like. So 8 years later, I went and worked a summer job and got enough money to buy a Les Paul. I bought a Les Paul Standard used. It was a 1979 Les Paul Standard used for $400. And I hated that guitar. I still have it. But it was because it had a tailpiece on it. And sorry, my voice is going, but it had this it was a knockoff Bigsby. If it had been a Bigsby, I'd been okay with it. But it made it play awful. And so I bought the following summer, get this, I bought another used Gibson, and I bought a Gibson SG, the Les Paul was a 1978. The SG is a 1979. And I bought that, and that was the guitar I learned how to play on. So anyway, a long story short on the guitars was that I got a guitar teacher. He was the local legend and fantastic guitar player. Problem was he had a habit that would not make him reliable. I got one guitar lesson from him, and I learned how to play the "Oh Man Down the Road" by John Fogerty. And then we couldn't find another guitar teacher in the area because most people that taught around here where I lived were either old school blues, old school country, or bluegrass. Nobody was in that rock and roll era. Mainly just electric guitar. I will teach beginner bass, and I do play some ukulele. I have a baritone ukulele and a regular ukulele. and I use that for the little kids when they're just too small for a full-size electric or an acoustic. But yeah, that was my thing. But when I got my second teacher, it was Gary Biscuit Davis, and you can find him on the internet. He was Dolly Parton's musical director, and he was her banjo player and lead guitar player for a number of years. And the thing was about Gary was I got to take lessons with him right around the time he was auditioning for all that. So I learned like 3 or 4 AC/DC songs from him, and then I had my big bang moment. And my big bang moment was, yeah, I was too. I mean, you have to remember at the time this was probably 84, 83, 84. So metal was Van Halen, and there was no Metallica or anything like that. So don't find the request list. What? Oh, I'm done for the night, so I'm just talking right now. But anyway, so like for instance, I grew up around a lot of famous bluegrass musicians. I worked with them during the summer. So yeah, can hear that your accent that there had to be. Oh yes, I mean, dear friend of mine, he kind of, as I come up in the rock world, he kind of come up in the bluegrass world. So yeah, I was around all these famous bluegrass musicians like Bill Monroe and Jim and Jesse and Dr. Ralph Stanley. I mean, the icons. And the thing was, I was helping run sound at festivals that these guys were playing. That's how I got my money for my 2 Gibsons. And I remember talking to Jim and Jesse, the McReynolds brothers, who were Grand Ole Opry guys and all this, that, and the other, and they said, "Well, I understand you're going to play guitar," and I was like, "Yeah, I want to play like Eddie Van Halen." And you, some of the reactions, you'd have thought I dropped the F-bomb in church. Oh, absolutely, I can appreciate it. I have a story about Tony Rice. One time, I was working in a little dive music store. Tiny place, but I had some Martin guitars in there, and Tony Rice, and the only reason why I knew him was because I was around bluegrass. That cat came in my store and just sit in there, and there was nobody else in there, just me and Tony Rice, and he was beating the ever-living heck out of a Martin, just beating the crap out of it, and it was awesome. I mean, it's when I describe Tony Rice to rock musicians, I said, think of a bluegrass version of Yngwie Malmsteen, because that guy's picking skills were ridiculous, and he was super cool. But there's a festival in the Chattanooga area called the Boxcar Pinion Memorial Bluegrass Festival, and it's big, and there's all these stickers that you will see all over the world that say Forever Bluegrass, and that's from his festival. Well, I knew Boxcar Pinion personally, and Boxcar Pinion looked at me one day after he saw somebody giving me heck about wanting to play rock guitar, and he looked at me and he said, "Jon," he said, when I was in World War II, the only thing that got us through was the fact that I had an old beat-up guitar that I got somewhere while we were overseas, and I learned how to play it, and I played these old bluegrass songs, and it got us through." And he said, "That's how I developed my love." He said, "But if those rock songs connect to you, who gives a crap what anybody says? You go fly your flag." Well, he didn't say that's the Lemmy quote, but he says, "You go do your thing and be comfortable with it." And that's what I did, So my favorite quote is Lemmy. It's from the movie Decline of the Western Civilization. And the lady asked him, the director asked him, said, "Do you have any tips for young musicians coming up?" And he goes, "Yeah, go fly your flag up the pole and see who salutes it." And that's what I tell my guitar students all the time. It's like, look, come in here, make your mistakes with me, and be confident in your mistakes. But yeah, you want to be as clean as possible out there with your playing skills. Yeah, it can be. I mean, there's some fantastic musicians there, but they're also in rock musicians can be this way. The most musicians I've ever had issues with were number one, shovelheads is what I call it in the rock world. These were the guys that would come to your show and they would sit there like this the whole time and just kind of stare at you. Occasionally they'd go like this, but they were watching for mistakes. And then I always had issues with if I got into it with a guitar player, it was usually a jazz or a classical guy. And I think what that was like, for instance, I was live streaming one night and I had this guy come in, and this is how he started. He goes, "You're no wizard." And so I was in the middle of a song, and people started going, "Dude, chill out. It's just a gimmick, right?" And he's like, "I don't need tracks for that. I can play both the rhythm and the lead at the same time." And he was just being a real jerk, right? And he goes, "You should look me up." And he puts his name in the chat. And he goes, "I'm a Grammy Award-winning guitar player." And so and I was sitting there watching it, and I was getting angry, and my moderator booted him. Oh, and he also said, "I also teach at a prestigious university." So I was like, oh, okay. So as soon as I got done with that song, I said, let's go see who this guy is. So we look him up. Okay, so he taught at an elementary school. He was the band director. Second, his Grammy Award was a Grammy scholarship to his school that 100 or 200 other people got across the nation. So that's not I wrote a song and I won a Grammy for it. That's I applied for a Grammy scholarship and my school won it. That's what that was. So, and then looking up, of course, he was a jazz guy. So, and I can appreciate jazz and I can appreciate classical. I mean, Barrios with the flamenco, with the tremolo, holy crap, that stuff is amazing. Segovia, amazing. But jazz players, I mean, there's tons of jazz players that are awesome. I lean more toward fusion than hardcore jazz. But Joe Pass was the man. Matter of fact, I've got several Joe Pass instructional books here. The thing is, and I try not to be this way because I'll get on a tangent sometimes about bluegrass because I'll say that's the only thing. Django, yes, absolutely. Gypsy jazz. It's from my experiences that I've dealt with. Like one of the most egotistical musicians I have ever been around, non-famous, was I used to own a music school, and I had my kids playing at it's like an outdoor market here in the area. And we didn't have enough kids to do the whole day. So I took up a 2-hour block during the day, and then I hired one of my instructor's bands, jazz bands, to come finish the day out. And so while my kids are up there playing, a torrential downpour comes, and the place starts emptying out. Well, the drummer for the jazz band is standing next to me, and he is going off, not knowing that I was the guy that writing his check. And he's like, "Well, I better get paid for this. I come down here for this, and I just better get paid for it." And I looked at him and I said, "Sir, the best thing you can do right now is go take a walk. I'll make sure you get paid." And then I went and told my instructor that worked for me, if I ever catch him in the building, I will physically remove him. And he will never be a part of anything I'm ever involved with. And he's like, "What did he do? What did he do?" And I said, "He's just a jerk. He's sitting there mouthing in front of people and these parents, and he's just being a jerk." And so what's funny is I go look him up after I get home, and he's one of these guys out there trying to promote jazz to the world. But his attitude, showed something completely different. So I did later have the opportunity to 86 a couple of his gigs from events that I was at. So, and after that, I was like, okay, I'll drop it. And so, but yeah, same thing with classical guys. There's there's a guy taught at one of the universities in the area, and he. It was funny. One of my guitar students was going to university, and he decided he was going to take guitar. And I said, he told me which school he's going to, and I said, drop it. And he's like, why? And he said, it's going to be cool. And I said, go to your first class and then call me and tell me how it went. And so he called me freaking out. He's like, you're right, I got to drop this class. I said, what happened? He said, well, I was the only person in there with a steel string guitar. And he went on a 35-minute rant about people who play electric guitars and steel string guitars that they're not guitar players. And I said, mm-hmm. And then I looked him up and come to find out that when he was going to the same school as a student, he was in a blues band. So, I mean, you know, that's on the non-famous people. And then I got plenty of famous people stories who were jerks. So, but anyway, let's see. Just look at the comments. The music is separate from the people. True. I got a story about Neil Young. So there's a studio I went to, and I was talking to the owner, and he'd had Neil Young in his studio, and he also had the Indigo Girls and Max Bosch 20 and all these great acts had been in his studio. And I said, because, you know, the stories about Neil Young being mean to people are epic. And I said, so did you have any problems with Neil Young? He goes, I didn't, but the mayor of the town did. I was like, oh gosh, what'd he do? So the mayor got wind that Neil Young was at the studio. And so he called the guy and said, hey, can I come be a fly on the wall? And he said, yes. He said, whatever you do, though, don't bother Neil Young. You just sit in the corner, act like you're supposed to be there, you know. And he said that maybe at the end of the day you can say something to him. It's like, okay, yeah, cool. And he said the guy sat in the corner, acting like he was doing work, and just he was having the time of his life. Neil Young was his hero. And at the end of the day, as everybody's packing up to leave, he went over to Neil Young and he goes, hey, Mr. Young, he says, I'm the mayor of the town. And he said, I want to welcome you to our town, and I appreciate you coming to record here. And he goes, oh, you're the mayor? He goes, yeah. He said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, how about when I get done here, I'll come over to your office and mess with you the whole time you're trying to do work. Now, granted, the guy never, but he used much more colorful language than I will. The mayor never said anything to him. He just sat like he was working the whole time. Never mentioned a word to Neil Young until the very end of the day. And Neil Young bit his head off. And so it devastated him. So one of the best lessons I learned a long time ago from a musician that I respected was, he said, whether you're famous or not, anytime you go do a show, try to go shake as many hands as possible. Try to spend 10 to 15 seconds with everybody. He said, you know, that way it's 10 to 15 seconds. It's not long enough to really creep anybody out or bother them. Just go up and say, hi, thank you for coming to the show, blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate you coming and watching us. And then move on. He said, I had that paid back so many times down the road where people go, oh, yeah, there was this band I met. And I met the guitar player, blah, blah, blah. And it's worked that way for me, too. So, all right, as you guys can hear, my voice is gone. And I need my voice for tomorrow. So, I'll just say thank you guys for hanging out tonight and listening to my stories and listening to me play. Tomorrow night I'll be doing a game stream. But as always, as I like to close off the stream, I like to send you out with a wizard blessing. Let me get a sip of water. So, if your day is ending and you're going to bed, may you sleep and dream peaceful dreams. If your day is just starting and you're getting up and you've got me on, thank you for being here. And may you go forth and crush the day. So may your day be filled with music. May the wind be in your hair and the sun at your back. May your day be filled with peace, love, and joy. And I pray that all your dreams will come true with one caveat, and that is that it harms no one. So be kind to one another. And with that, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow night, 9 p.m. We'll be doing a game stream if you're into that. If not, Wednesday night we'll be doing music stream. So with that, everybody, I am going to go lay my wizard head down on a pillow. So good night, everybody. Peace, love, and joy.